What is steps to knowledge? Learning greater community spirituality requires preparation of a very unique kind. This preparation must take you into the very heart of what spirituality means, and yet it must enable you to face the world realistically and practically, without denial or deception. It must be able to cultivate your strengths, while minimizing the risks of misunderstanding and misinterpretation. It must aim you high, but not so high that you cannot reach your goal. It must nurture your own inner authority, while you gain a sense of the greater authority in life that transcends your own domain. It must establish a context where all of your relationships can have a meaningful involvement and can be understood. This, then, requires a very unique approach, something that can bypass, to the greatest degree possible, your former beliefs, ideas and conditioning by the world. To learn greater community spirituality, you need to learn a way to it, a way to knowledge. Everything that we have spoken of in this book and in all of the books of knowledge aims you towards knowledge itself. This is the very essence of your spirituality. This is your true self as you exist in physical life. This is your bond with all life and with the life that has sent you into the world to serve and to realize a greater purpose. There must be a way to knowledge. To follow the way, you must take the steps. You cannot leap. You cannot rush. You cannot run to knowledge. It is too great, and there are too many things to learn and to unlearn along the way. There are too many things to evaluate and to reevaluate. There are too many great realizations to acquire. Therefore, you must take the steps to knowledge. If you were climbing a great mountain, you would need to follow a path. You cannot simply rush up its embankments. And you need a preparation that will orient you to every condition that you are going to meet. You need a preparation that will prepare you for new experiences and new difficulties, and that will give you a greater perspective and the patience and reassurance that you will need to follow your way and to continue onward. You will only fail in this preparation if you do not honor yourself or if you lose sight of your greater goal. When you are on the mountain, you can rarely see the summit. All you see are your immediate surroundings. All you feel are the changing circumstances of your journey. Rarely will you see your ultimate destination. But if you continue, you will come to know the mountain itself. You will come to learn the way by following the way up the mountain. And you will come to realize what each step means as you take each step. Holding back, judging and evaluating will never reveal anything of any meaning to you in this regard. You must make the journey, and to make the journey you must take the steps, one by one. In this way, your progress will be slow and steady. In this way, everything you learn will be deeply experienced and digested. In this way, you will not miss anything that is really essential for your development and well-being. As you proceed, you will also learn to cultivate the necessary abilities that you will need to face life, to give to life and to understand your way in life. These abilities are patience, perseverance, compassion, discernment and discretion. These great abilities are necessary for any achievement in any field, yet to realize a greater purpose in life and to be able to experience it and apply it effectively, these greater abilities will be called upon even more, and you will need to rely upon them. These greater abilities are necessary because you will not have great realizations every moment. You will not have wonderful experiences every moment. You will not feel confident and self-assured every moment. In fact, there may be great gaps between these experiences. Here you must rely upon your determination and perseverance. Here you must cultivate a greater perspective and understanding that transcends your immediate sensations, emotions and experiences. As in climbing a great mountain, you will have moments of great joy and moments of great difficulty. You will have moments of real certainty and moments of uncertainty. You will have the challenges of life placed in your way. And you will have important decisions to make, decisions that will affect the outcome of your journey and that will determine the consequences of your life and the lives of others. Therefore, take the steps to knowledge. Follow them slowly. Move consistently. Neither race ahead nor fall behind. Consistency here is important, for consistency enables you to learn at a pace that keeps you moving forward. Here you will not exceed your capabilities. Here you will not miss anything that is important. Here you will not be sluggish, idle or inconsistent. consistency in following the steps to knowledge, in following a preparation that you did not invent or design for yourself, will give you greater consistency in all other aspects of your life and will enable you to be one person, the same person, in all situations. Then you will no longer be a conglomeration of splinter personalities anymore. You will become one person with one focus and one orientation. Words cannot describe what an experience this is, how much strength and ability it will give you, and how it will liberate you from so many debilitating distractions and allurements that only frustrate and aggravate you now. Here the real depth of your nature, the real depth and purpose of your ability and the importance of your mind and your body will become fully realized through experience. Here your mind will not need to create a great philosophy about life, for you will be living life and will be close to life. Only when you are removed from life and separated from it do you need a great deal of ideas and idealism with which to justify and direct your experience. However, when you are close to life and when your life is genuine and real, your mind is free of this great burden. A free mind is a mind that can refocus itself. It is a mind that can rethink its thoughts and can respond to the environment. It is a mind that can gain greater insight and application. So what are the steps to knowledge? How do they work? Where do they take you? And how can they be followed successfully? Steps to knowledge is a preparation that represents the translation of the greater community way of knowledge into human experience and the human world. This translation calls upon the greater spirituality which you carry within your knowledge. Steps to knowledge is given in a series of advancing programs. They are well delineated and mapped out. They give you a great freedom of experience. The main emphasis is to follow each step as it is given, without altering it in any way, by consistently applying yourself and by being determined to finish the stage that you are in. This will be a great enough challenge in and of itself because you may be tempted to change the preparation to satisfy your current ideas, to reassure yourself or to keep things in a familiar framework. However, steps to knowledge will take you beyond the familiar into new arenas, beyond where you are today into something greater for tomorrow, beyond your current abilities and understanding into a greater set of abilities and a greater understanding. Here you must be willing to go beyond your fixed ideas and cherished beliefs. Here you will enter into a new experience where you are not sure who you are, why you are here or what you are doing. However, this uncertainty is not permanent. It represents a transition from one understanding to another. You will go through many of these transitions as your mind gains a greater and greater vantage point in life. Using the analogy of the mountain, you will not have a vantage point at every moment where you can see where you are going and where you have been. Instead, at most times you will need to focus on taking the steps in front of you and negotiating the journey itself, and you will not always have reassurance about where you stand at any given moment. Here knowledge is your guide. Knowledge is strong and consistent. It is pure and unaffected by the world. It gives you a greater strength, a greater motivation and a greater ability in life, so much greater that nothing can compare with it. And of its many great rewards, the greatest is the reunion within yourself, for at last you will feel like your life is real and that you are doing what you came here to do.